Blog Talk Radio.
Live from the nation's capital, it's Quintessential Listening, Poetry, with host Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram.
I'm Michael Anthony Ingram, and welcome to Quintessential Listening Poetry. Tonight's very special guest is Valeri Beers. Valeri has been on our show before. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
How are you?
Great. I'm fine. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. What we're doing tonight, we're celebrating the book launch of her newest book, Scratching the Surface. So I'm here with Valeri, and we'll just... Congratulations, Valeri.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very happy.
Congratulations. It's a wonderful book. Wonderful book. It really touched me. It really did.
Thank you.
Why did you write the book? Why did you write the book?
I wrote the book because I want to share my words again. I was thinking about this earlier. It's like, what do you know, I had all these haikus and some poems, and it's like, I wish I could share these with people. Well, I can, and that's what I want to do. I want to share my poetry again, my words. I want to share it again.
What exactly are haikus?
Haiku is it's a Japanese style of poetry. It's got 17 syllables and it's three lines. The first line has 5 syllables. The second line has 7 syllables, and the third line has 5 syllables. So if you count those up, it's 17 total. I really like haikus. They seem like a poetry prompt to me, and I wrote this in the book. They seem like a poetry prompt to me because you are only sharing one small moment with other people. I'm going to tell you about this much, and that's it. So I'm going to choose my words carefully. And, a poetry prompt is, the poem is supposed to be about, cats. Well, I can't write a whole poem, but I can write a haiku. Excuse me. So when you can't write a whole poem, haiku is great to show you scratching the surface. There's other stuff underneath.
Scratching the Surface. Why that particular title?
Yeah. I thought, that's what haikus do. They don't tell you or show you everything. You only see a little bit. What else is going on under the surface? You just scratched it. So that's why it's all that.
What were some of the early experiences where you learned that poetic language had power?
The earliest moment I had for that was probably, I think I was in 7th grade, but I wrote a poem, and I learned that when words rhyme, I really liked it. The last name and Sandal. The last name was Andel and Sandal, and I thought, wow, I've really got something interesting here. So that was the earliest memory I have.
Mm-hmm. So the power piece. What is power in poetry?
Power in poetry. Power in poetry. I would say powerful poetry makes you think about, you know, you're going to read it and you're going to go away and, well, this would be for me. I can't stop thinking about, you know, what it means or what it said or the words or a particular line. That is powerful to me. That would be power.
All right. Do you think someone could potentially be or possibly be a poet if they don't feel emotions strongly?
Yes, I do. But I think if you're not willing to look at a situation the way it really happened, I mean, you can look at other ways too. You know, poems always come from different perspectives, but you have to be willing to look at a situation and go, oh, it's red. Well, I want to write about, you know, the blue I saw. I want to write about the pink I saw. You know what I mean? If they're not willing to say that it's red, then it's going to be very hard to write a poem about that experience if you're not honest with what it was. That's just one perspective.
Oh, yes, I agree 100%. Have you ever thought about writing under a pseudonym?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And not because, you know, I think it would just be, I'd see how differently people react to somebody other than me. It's like, oh, this is not a recognized name, so, should I look at this? So, yes, I have.
Well, can you share the name?
Probably T.A. Hill.
Okay.
I had different ideas. That's just one of them. I don't know.
All right, then.
I mean, they thought H.G. Wells was a woman. They really did.
Okay. Well, you've written also another book, Details.
Yes, I have.
Tell us a little bit about Details, and I'll move into my next question.
That was about 20 years in the making. You know, I came up with the title when I was in college, and the poems had been written, you know, over a 20-year span. So there's some old ones, there's some new ones. It was on Amazon. It's not on Amazon anymore. I'm thinking of bringing it back. There is a place that does, you know, previously published books. So I might do that.
All right. I know that you include some of the poems in Scratching the Surface.
Yes, I include the entire book in
the entire book.
Not in the back.
Why did you decide to do that?
You know why? I will really tell you why. It was my sister-in-law, Julie. She was not able to read Details, and I had no more copies, and a copy could not be found on Amazon. So she's the inspiration that I put Details in this book.
All right. I think it's a nice addition.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, when you think about the books that you've written, do you want each book to stand on its own, or are you trying to build a body of work with connections between each book? I was trying to find connections.
I don't think there are connections. Each book should, and I like books that stand on their own. I do read a lot of, you know, you have to start with book one, and you have to, you know, or you want to know what's going on, and it bugs me, but I'll still read it, but you can pick up any of my poetry books and just sort of go. And you don't have to have read any of the other ones. You don't have to, so they're standalone. I understand the connecting piece. I don't try for that yet.
Okay, I understand that. All right. You know, when you think about poetry, it can be viewed, for some, as being a spiritual experience. Do you view writing as being a spiritual experience? Which is different than religious.
I thought about that. No. I don't know. You'd have to define spiritual for me, but anything that moves you really deeply, I would think would be a spiritual thing.
I agree.
And it doesn't always have to be a religious experience. You know, you can be really moved by a piece of music. You can be really moved by a sunset. You know, then you can write about those things. Yes.
Yes.
So yes.
Oh, all right. Now, you said it took you, in terms of writing details, about 20 years to complete?
Yes. And I'm being probably very conservative, but yes, it took me, I should just say, it took me a long time. It was a long time in the making.
Okay. And that was due to, again, just life getting in the way?
Yes, just life getting in the way. I didn't think I was good enough. It's like, who's going to publish this stuff? It's like they've been in my drawer. There's a site I went to called the Writer's Drawer and submitted, and they took it. It's like, whoa, okay, I feel good.
Now, I remember
did that.
Okay, please continue.
Oh, it's just every time I got an acceptance, I've gotten my share of rejection letters, also rejection emails, I should say. Well, I did get one paper letter. This was way back in the 90s. But yes, that just gave me the courage and to keep going, to go. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
All right. So I know we've had conversations in the past about writing books, finding ways to write books. How long on average did it take you to write this particular book, poetry book?
It didn't. It's strange. It's not. I didn't sit down and just write this book. It's been poems here and haikus here and there, and poems here and there, and it didn't take long to put. The longest part was going through all the journals and finding the poems to go in the book. But it wasn't I'm going to sit down and do this book, you know. It's like, I have to look for this and this and this and this.
Well, I know that in the book you divide the book into sections. One part is haiku, and the other part is primarily just prose poetry.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
I just thought it would be easier. It's like, here are haikus, they're the poems.
Okay.
I guess I lay out books the way I want to see them. Like, give me a table of contents. I want to know what things are. I want to be able to look things up.
Right. I understand. So, you know, when you're writing and you're writing a lot, then you've got a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and a lot of thoughts. What did you edit out of your book, if anything?
What did I get out of it?
No, what did you edit out of it?
What did I edit out of it? I just went through. This was painful. You have to read every poem and every haiku to make sure you want it in the book. So I had to read every poem and every haiku and go, I don't really like that one. Or that one doesn't make the cut. So you have to read everything and then, okay, this doesn't go. I don't like this one, but I do want to share this one with people. I don't want to share this one. This one's too personal. I do want to share this one. Yep. So that was the process.
So as you think about the painful piece, understanding what that is, putting it in context, does writing energize you or exhaust you?
Energized, definitely. I like it.
Tell me more. Tell me more about the energy of writing.
After I write a poem, I am so happy, and I want to share it, and I try to share it with Dean and Violet, my husband and little girl, and Dean is very supportive. You know, I don't know if he understands what I wrote, but he's like, oh, that's nice. Violet's more like, yeah, okay. But it's like, I just want to share it with people. I want to skip around the house. I love it.
Well, what
when you
is
know that words have come together, it's great. You feel wonderful.
Yes, I agree with that. What was the most difficult? What is the most difficult part of your artistic process? What's the most difficult part of it?
I've talked about this. Seeing a situation for what is, and then you can veer off to other points of view, perspectives. We talked about this. You have to see that it's red, and then, okay, I see that's red. It was not good, but okay, then I'm going to write about the blue part, and I'm going to write about the pink part, and that's okay. I'm not going to write about the red part, even though I know it's red.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to be artistic?
I don't consider myself artistic. I think people who paint and people who draw, and you know, those to me are artists. There's artists, and then I consider myself a writer. That's,
okay.
That's
more so than an artist. More so than an artist.
Yeah, I think that there's writers, there's musicians, there's artists. I don't consider myself an artist. I consider myself a writer, but not an artist, and not enough to where people want to spend more than $4 on my book.
So if I said poetry
is that are more expensive than that, and I won't.
So if I said poetry is an art form, would you believe me? Would you say yay or nay?
Yay. Yes. It is an art form to have words, to pick the right word, to make words come together and make sense, and show you something or tell you a story, tell you what happened. Yes, it's an art form. Yes, I agree.
Okay. Now, we talked earlier about reviews, and you said that you read your book reviews.
Yes, I do. Yes.
How do you deal with the bad or good ones? How do you deal with those?
Let's take the bad ones first. I feel so bad saying this. I've never, and I must not be doing anything right. I've not read a bad review yet. And it's like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Right. Good reviews, they're energizing. Love them. It's like, oh, they like my words. Yay! I'm always, when there's a good review, and when I read it, I'm always like flabbergasted. I'm like, what? Really?
So what if it was a what if it was a bad one? How would you respond?
Like my book.
What if it was a bad one? How would you respond?
I would take it. It's like a rejection letter. It's just gonna. Okay, it's not my poetry. It's not a good fit for you. Okay. I'm sorry you picked that up. I'm sorry you read that and didn't like it, and it's not a good fit for you. I'm not going to take it personally. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll cry.
All right.
No one will see me. But, no.
All right. Now, I know that you are active on social media.
Yes,
you have Poetry Pasta, which is your website.
Yep.
And tell us about Poetry Pasta.
Poetry Pasta is all about, and I don't do this enough, it's about showing off poets and their words, because that's what I made the site to what I would want. If I send in a poem, of course I take way too long to get back to people, but it's like, yes, of course, I love your words. I'm going to post them, today or this afternoon. I read some of the acceptance orders that some people will post, and it's like, whoa, I don't type anything like that. It's like, yes, I like your words. I like this. I'm gonna post this poem. Oh, here's your show-off link. Blah blah blah. It's like, and now I don't say, oh, thank you. It's coming up, on such and such a date. Thank you for sending it. It's like, no, it's not that formal. But I did Poetry Pasta because I like to show off my words, and I want to show off other people's words too.
Okay. As we think about writing, scratching the surface, what new information did you learn about yourself as a result of writing your book? What did you learn about you?
I learned that, a lot of people, a lot more people than I thought, like my words, because I sent this out for blurbs, and I got a bunch back, including yours. Thank you. And I learned that more people than I thought liked my words. That's the big thing. I just learned that I could still write, and that's a good thing. And I also learned that maybe I want my next book to be a book of short stories.
All right. Okay.
That's what I learned.
Okay, fantastic. So as you think about your book, as you think about details being a part of the book, what advice would you give to your readers? If I was in a store and I was picking up a book, what advice would you give to me in terms of my reading your book? Why should I choose your book?
Let's see. I'm holding a copy of it right here. If you were saying it to me, I'd say, have you read this? This is really good. And I'd I'd open it to something relatable, but I'm looking through it and it's like, I don't know. I might look at the person next to me. Oh, it's you. And let's pretend I don't know you. And I'd be like, oh, if it was a woman, I might open up to how to be a real woman, or I don't know. I'd pick something that they might like or they could relate to, and I'd say, oh, check this out. Wow. I wouldn't say who I was at all until they were like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I'd be like, do you want me to sign it? Are you Valeri Beard? Yes. Don't take me down this fantasy rabbit hole. Jeez.
All right.
Now I'm going to go to my bookstore and be like, I'll be skulking around. Hey, you read?
Don't do that. You get locked up. Don't do that.
Yes, I know.
What is the best advice that you've ever had about how to be more creative? What did someone share with you about creativity?
The best, I wouldn't say, with advice. Do anything you want to be creative.
Okay.
Don't be inhibited. Don't think, well, this isn't creative. I don't want to do this. Do what you want to do, and do what you like to do. That's creative.
Have you ever gone on a literary pilgrimage anywhere? And if you've not, where would you like to go?
I do have a picture of me writing in Greenwich Village, New York City, that wasn't really a pilgrimage. I was like, oh, we got to go to, Greenwich Village, and I have to write because it's great. Where would I like to go? I would like to go to New York City. They have poetry retreats all over the place. I would like to go to one of those. They even have one on a train that I applied for, but I didn't get it. I think any place, I wouldn't mind any place to have a retreat, a poetry retreat. Any place I can sit and write. See, you don't think of New York City as being, calm and tranquil and things like that. Well, I don't want that. I want energy, and I want things to write about, and, I don't want my own thoughts. Oh, what am I going to write about today? And maybe if I go to New York City, I might run into Erica Jong.
That's true. You might.
I might. That's where she lives.
You state in your introduction that many of my poems are inspired by songs and the lyrics. I have found inspiration in a lot of books. I have also found inspiration by the lines in movies and television shows, and I write them down. So for you, getting out in the world, seeing things is very important. I take it.
Yes, it is. It is. Some people say, oh, I want to go someplace quiet where I can, put my feet up and write. It's like, no, I want to, walk around and be outside and write about, the things I hear and the things I see. And, yeah.
All right. Well, where can readers find your books?
Right now, and I think it's going to stay there, right now, Scratching the Service is on Amazon.
Okay.
I think if you go to Amazon, just do a search for Scratching the Service or my name, Valeri Beers. I think it'll pop up. It's like a red, orange cover with black text. I'm looking at it right now.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's on Amazon. You can find it.
How can readers get in touch with you or stay in touch with you?
I'm all over social media. I have my own Facebook page. It's, what is it, facebook.com/Valeri Beers. I don't know. I have a Twitter account. I look at my Instagram. Poetry Pasta. You can send me something. My email is theval2000@hotmail.com. Plenty of ways to keep in touch with me. Find out what's going on.
All right. Well, let me ask this very last question, and we'll move into a poetry reading. What is next for you as an author? What is next? What project is on the horizon?
Possibly a book of short stories. I'm thinking of a short story where Dorothy Parker, the writer, texts the lead character and gives her advice on different things. I don't know. I read a lot of books. I think it was 2, but I read books by Ellen Meister, who did Dorothy Parker fiction books, and they were really, really interesting.
So Dorothy Parker and the Algonquin Round Table.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, Dorothy Parker, who was a writer in the 20s. She was at Vogue, and can't think of the other places, but there's a movie about her, The Vicious Circle. Jennifer Jason Leigh is Dorothy Parker. She's really good.
All right. Well, what I'd like to do now is to turn the program over to you. In terms of your sharing your work, we'll take a brief break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
If you'd like to speak with Valeri, please call 646-787-1631, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. My name is Michael Anthony Ingram. I'm here with Valerie Beers. We are celebrating the book, Scratching the Surface. So what I'd like to do now is to turn it over to Valerie to share her work.
Oh, thank you. Here I am. Yay! I am starting off with one of your favorite poems. This is called In My Wildest Dreams, and I wrote this as a 30 for 30 competition with Mike Maggio for last year, I believe. It's called In My Wildest Dreams, and the prompt was In My Wildest Dreams, or Wildest Dreams. So let me read this. I'm moving to Croatia to be a poet on YouTube. I'm the queen, Lady Rachel of the Ridge. My wildest dreams are dreamed on a rural ridge where wildlife lives. I'm pheasant, but partridge checks in a couple times a season. Woodpeckers tapping for diamonds in my backyard. The dead deer in the road. White car smoking. Wind ruffling the brown fur on its neck. Even my cat is described as a little wild creature on the internet. Alexa, how do you say poet in Croatian? The end.
Please continue.
Okay, well, that's the end of that one. But I also know that you like DMV, so I'm going to read that one. This is called DMV. At the DMV with you. How many points off my license is this? My mouth is free-flowing. Backseat babble. Why did I say that? And careful confessions. Your tongue keeps you on my toes. The end. Another one that I'm very proud of is called Star Pole. And this is it. Your star pole sucks me in like a black hole. I orbit places you're at. Leave my breadcrumbs. Hope you notice. I can never catch you, shooting star, traveling at the speed of light through space, on your way to Mars. And I have to read this one. This is another one that you like, and I like it too. This is called New Year for Erica Jong. And I wrote this about calendars. You know how at the end of the year we have to throw a calendar away? Well, this is about calendars. So this is how it starts. No revising this one. No revisiting that one. Try to find new words for old problems. Try to save the good ones. I will be the poetry person among the book people. Now, if you've read, the end. Now, if you've read or seen the movie Fahrenheit 451, you cannot, it's against the law to own books. So there are people that live in the woods, they run away and they're scared, and they've memorized books, and they don't have any books, but they've memorized books so that they can keep them with them. They've memorized their favorites. So I'll be the poetry person. I will memorize poetry. Am I still reading?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am very proud, and now I'm going to start in on my haikus. I really like this one. This is called road construction. This is very apropos for what's happening right now. It's a summertime thing. It's a season in Maine. It's construction season, but this is called road construction, and it's a haiku. So very short. The endless, long wait. Red, orange, fast, slow, stop, go. Smoothness is worth it. The end. And then I really like this one. I just took one back the other day because there was no sound, and I'm still on the lookout for a working Walkman that plays cassette tapes. Has sound and all that good stuff. I can't find one that actually works and has sound. But this is called Retro. Make me a mixtape for the new Walkman I got. Retro love songs, please. The end. Here's a haiku that I did during National Poetry Month a couple years ago because I did I put the prompt up words, and I thought, well, I will write a haiku about this. So this is called Words, and it's a haiku. I would steal the words off the page to make them true. What words would those be? The end. And I know that I wrote in the beginning of the book that I was inspired by music and lyrics. Here is a song. Here is a haiku inspired by a song that I listened to. It's a haiku. It's called Inspired by Ice, and then in parentheses, it's Sarah McLachlan, because she sings a song called, not Ice, I think it's called Under Ice, but I wanted to take her, I've done this before, I wanted to take any of her lyrics from that song and make them into a haiku. So I did. So this is called Inspired by Ice. Offer what you can. I'll take all I can get. Only a fool here. So that's about that. Now, there is one that I want to read. Tomorrow is, and I think have I taken out the bookmark? Oh, no. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. Oh, and I had my birthday in July, so here's a haiku that I really, really like that I want to read. This is called Birthday Fantasy, and this is about my birthday, which was in July. My music is here. Erica J. and Kiefer make an appearance. The end. Kiefer Sutherland. Yes, the guy on 24. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Ask me something. I don't know. Okay, I'll read one more. This is a poem, and this is about my daughter's birthday tomorrow. I wrote this when she was like 2. She'll be 13 tomorrow. I have a teenager. This is called Id. I'll tell you a little bit about it. In psychology, there is the id, which is all want, gimme, gimme, gimme. There is ego, which everyone has. And then there's superego, which I think is I want you to have it all, or I don't know. That's not what I got it. This is called id. Want, gimme, gimme, gimme. All little kids are like this, I think. Is a poem. All right, id. Her id is terrifying and an envy to behold. I rescue abandoned juice cups, bleeding onto the red, drops at a time. The end. Okay, I can read this one. I know you like this one. This is a poem, and I'm very proud of this one as well. This is called Lip Service. And I think all these can be added to, but I don't know. But I like this. All right, Lip Service, a poem. Will you give me rock star treatment? Undercover backstage, VIP texts. Can I get the pass? I love the attention and inspiration and motivation. I'll pay the lip service gladly, madly, sadly. The end.
All right.
Okay. I'll read one more, and I'm kind of running out of breath, so I would like to hear a question from you or something. This is called 7 minutes. And this is when I first moved way up here, way up in the middle of nowhere, which is what my website says. I used to work I had to drive an hour away to get to my job. So the alarm went off at 5 o'clock. And when you hit the snooze button, it stayed off for 7 minutes. So it would go off again at 5:07, 5:14, and then you need to get up by then. But this is called 7 minutes, and it's a poem. And I wrote it probably in 2007, so this is a long time ago. It's called 7 minutes. Oh, snooze button. You're my only friend at 5:30 a.m. Unkind sleepers, unaware, tucked up, rolled up in quilts and pillows. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, that was Valerie Beers. I want to thank you, Valerie, for sharing your work. We'll take a brief break, and we'll be right back. I'd like to thank you, Valerie, for being our guest tonight.
Thank you for
Your work is
having me.
fantastic. Scratching the Surface is available on Amazon.com. If you'd like to find out more about Valerie, please go to poetrypasta.wordpress.com. She's a part of our family here at the Quintessential Listening Poetry, and I want to thank you again, Valerie, for being with me tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I also want to thank, can I thank some people, 2 people for doing the book?
Yes.
I would really like to thank Underground Writers Association, the publisher, especially Joel Carpenter. He helped me a lot and only with phone calls and texts. And the wonderful cover was painted by Rachel Webster. I love this cover. And I will tell you a little bit, I'll give you an inside scoop about the cover of Scratching the Surface. This cover is a description of what lust looks like as described by one of Erica Jong's characters in one of her books. So that's what that is, and it was painted by Rachel Webster, so thank you.
Wow,
there, I'm done.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
to our listening audience, I want to thank you, too, for tuning in. We'll be back next week with Adam Shamus. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.